You can't fix stupid. Om Sri Saram Guru Deva Datta. Come inside of me and any of we who choose and do what you got to. I pray to the good Lord, whatever title you choose to call it, to come into me and make me a channel of peace. We should all be doing the same. All these presentations I've been doing for a very long time. I hope to God I am wrong. I hope I become the laughing stock of the frickin' world or this community. Come inside of me, dear Lord, and make me an instrument of your peace. All those presentations I've been doing and say, it's coming. Well, it's here. Tonight, I'm going to be speaking about sharing with you, praying with you, caring with you. Bluebeam, Project Bluebeam, Fake Alien Invasion. Tonight is just not just about learning like a spiritual class kind of thing. This is sort of leaning heavily into the field of survival. This presentation, this time with you, is not about doom and gloom, but bloom and loom, because you are aware. I would rather know there's a big gnarly dog behind that tree that has a potential to bite me than not. Well, this is that big gnarly dog behind that tree that's waiting to bark and get you by the throat. Because I love you. Hello, Dana. Hello, everyone. I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to say hi to Kelly Bird. Please share this. I want to empower you with information which is in a formation that best serves you, me, we, and the all of us. Tonight is Project Bluebeam, Fake Alien Invasion. This rabbit hole gets really deep and really stinky really quick. This is that one presentation I told you about. When it gets thick, it's going to get real thick, and this is the one. Ugh. Hello, Ted Ruiz. I've been weeping all day for myself and the reflection of myself, which happens to look like you. Yesterday, I went to bed at 6:30 p.m. I go into the cave and I make love to God. Om Sri Saram Guru Deva Datta. Om Sri Saram Guru Deva Datta. It's so automatic, I'm not really doing it anymore. It's a sound that reverberates in my being. Well, I went into a 3-hour sleep paralysis bout and couldn't get out. I wasn't afraid. Oh my God, I'm in a hypnagogic state, sleep paralysis. The old hag or the witch or the demons are coming to sit on my chest. It wasn't any of that. I was just frustrated and aggravated because I couldn't find a way out of this conundrum. As I would turn to try to get out of the bed, my astral body would turn, but my physical body would lay there just not doing anything. What I realized was that's the veil, the psychic veil. When we get to the space of from where we are now, the next dimension, up or down, which is the door, that's the veil. And from there, we can choose to plummet it to hell or send it to heaven. It's a neutral door. It's unbiased. I realize that. So when we get to this place, the next level, we can choose. This is where we all are moving to. Win or lose, whether you take a nap or not, or whether you go to bed early or not, sleeping is sleeping. And coming up against the ceiling of the veil will keep you there to no avail. And so we have to navigate in that next level, the lobby of spirit. And for those who choose to hear it, dear it, I'm sharing with you something of very powerful significance. magnificence. I know now the veil is the hypnagogic state. And this is where we're being pushed to by our own volition or not. Time to shit or get off the pot. This is what I got. Tonight's presentation is Blue Beam Fake Alien Invasion. Here we go. I was going to do all my intro stuff, but I'm going to get this monologue out of the way. It's time to gather your loved ones. This is not a joke. I would rather be wrong and choke, but it's likely. And I have evidence from cliffhanger. Stick around. Gather your loved ones. Hold them close. Even if they're at a distance, hold them close. You can't make this up. Wow, I'm beginning to weep again. The day the earth stood still, what is Project Bluebeam? Have you ever seen those videos floating around social media? They have been for a while. Probably the most popular one is the whale breaching out of a basketball court and makes a big splash. Well, that is not a superimposed video. These people in the audience in this gymnasium actually saw a whale breach out of the basketball court into the air. This is Project Bluebeam. Though that was an example, a simulation. But what is Project Bluebeam? Well, in my part of the country, the movie house is called Malco Cinemas. Maybe yours is called whatever Cinemas. So the not so good people have a very big movie projector. And they're projecting this onto the screen of the sky at night. You won't see it in the daytime. It's too much light. But notice, ironically, those spy balloons are only happening in the daytime where it's visible. We're going to get to a lot of that nonsense here in a little bit. Project Bluebeam is projecting technology from the sky, which people of this earth and the black ops and all that other stuff have the capacity and the capability of doing, to project onto the sky as a background at night things you never thought possible that will pull you in and make you believe it's true. This is how good the technology is. Jesus in the sky. Jesus, Buddha, and Krishna in the sky. Fake alien invasion. People will run to church wanting answers that the church will not be able to provide. From Homecoming, also known as the divine principle anchoring heaven on earth, my dialogue with Spirit in 1997 points to now. As I begin to weep, this is in perfect order. It seems chaotic, but it's in alignment. This is supposed to happen to wake us up, to bring us in, to move us upward, forward, toward our greatest possibility. There is no other way this can go down. No other way. I'm sorry to say. Happy to say. Here we go. My dialogue with Spirit. I ask God, I think a lot of what's happening in the world is because we're so arrogant. And I think that we don't want to admit to ourselves that we really don't know as much about God as we think we do. And God responds. Good observation, Keith. And that brings me to some very important questions for everyone. Are you prepared to deal with the consequences of your ignorance? Are you ready to face the global catastrophes? This is one of them. That can happen if the majority does nothing. Are you ready and willing to get to know God and to learn and abide by the spiritual laws that, make no mistake about it, are very much in force People should not think that they have to stop doing anything for themselves in order to do what they can to better the world and humanity. But they must understand that if they do nothing to become involved with the healing of both, the lives they are living will take a back seat to what will be happening all around them. The good news is that the truth process has already begun. It is not difficult to find malfeasance of all kinds revealing itself. Governments are being exposed for what they do. Officials of some religious denominations now face challenges because they have chosen to sweep their clergymen's misdeeds under the rug. Schools too full of little learning and way too much violence. And the economy, well, it seems that many of the institutions of the world assumed to be stable are now showing definite signs of breaking down. Here's a kick in your pants. My pants. I tell you all again that if humanity were in the alignment with the divine will, it would not be in its present condition. But rest assured, this condition, hello 2023, will be corrected in the early in the new millennium. That is when the entire world, wow, will find itself submerged in absolute God change. And that is when it will become mandatory for everything you believe to be true should be questioned. And as you all begin to meditate upon the enigma of God, you will have no choice but to re-examine what you think is divine. I need to take a break. I can feel it.
She turned to me and told me life was not too easy unless you can let go. I lay surprised at the simpleness of her soul. Wasting away in a sea of uncertainty, she had stayed with me for days. I needed love in so many different ways. And as I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me. Never leave. Never leave. Angel of love, will you always be with me so I can let go? me the beauty of your soul. I turned away, her light was so blinding, the energy of her love. She said goodbye and turned into a dove. As I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Never She turned to me, told me life was not too easy, unless you can let go. Reveal to me the beauty of your soul.
Welcome back to Center of Light Foundation. We are the universal tribe of humanity. We are the nation of everything that can be powerful, beautiful, inspiring. I want to inspire you tonight. I have no idea where my dialogue is going, or at least my language. This is not about victimization. We are responsible for this mess. God bless. Here we go. These are not my opinions. Could be seen that way. Could be. From my point of view, these are not my opinions. It's from my intuitive work and my thorough research from people who I absolutely know, who are on the inside of things. Heads up. This is not just a presentation, Keith, you and I hanging out. Let me teach you about meditation or whatever. This is something entirely different. This is that presentation that through all those presentations I've said in the past, the day is coming. That day is here. Welcome to Center of Light Foundation. This Chinese balloon was shot down, so they say, because of a threat to the aviation, the airplanes. They don't want a plane to crash into it. That is a joke. We're not dismissing. Let me take this segment by segment. This Chinese spy balloon was shut down, so they gave us this biscuit because it was a threat to the airplanes that travel at whatever many thousands of feet. My notes are in disarray. I'm just grabbing this today and throwing this together, so I'm going to make some sort of sense through this Yanava chaos. One reason you have been seeing on social media posting these balloon memes, the Ronage memes, the eggs memes, is because they're hurting and they're scared. And they're spreading the disease, hello Mary, and they're spreading the disease of unconsciousness, even though, and they're scared and hurting, unconscious ignorance. They're laughing. They're making these memes funny. Of course they are, because they're hurting. Often when people hurt, they laugh as a way to cover, buffer their suffer. It's a way of lighting up the situation. The White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, you think she's from France? Or her family? Walked back comments of the United States Air Force General Glenn Van Herk or John Kirby, I'm not sure which one said it, who yesterday said about the balloons. You ready for this? Not ruled out at this point anything, including the possibility of aliens. That has never been said by mainstream media, ever. The last thing they toss out, the possibility, is it could be aliens, which maybe a few years ago they showed the Navy footage of the Navy pilots and wow, going, we don't know what that is. And this thing is doing this and they have it on this scope and it's doing all this stuff, right? We're not ruling out any possibility, including aliens. This is not about aliens. This is about tonight's presentation. Project Bluebeam, fake alien invasion. And I'm going to show you or drop some links from a special FBI agent, a friend of mine, who much of the X-Files was modeled after. He has an in on the white hats and the black hats, and they're all agreeing. I'll drop that link a little later. If aliens had the technology to traverse the galaxy, and to get to us, how is it can they fall victim to a ballistic missile that costs $600,000+ per shot? I'm just going to keep moving because I have a lot. It's to rattle your cage, to help you to move to the process of thinking logically to a degree. But when you think you've reached the riddle's end logically, release it because there's more information. After the first thing that happened, the big C, people laughed and made memes. Toilet paper, people laughed and made memes. Then when we had the egg issue, people laughed and made memes. Now we have the Chinese spy balloon issue and people still laugh and make memes, all because they're hurting. When will you, if you're such a one, stop jacking around? This is not a joke. This is serious. So serious it can cost you your quality of your life that you have if you stick around long enough to have one. Stop being a sheeple following the mainstream flock. They are now directing all of our attention skyward and they are now directing all of our attention skyward and used to the idea of getting us used to the idea that they're going to shoot things down. Take that in. Our attention is being diverted skyward and used to the idea that the protectors are going to be shooting things down. Chewing that stick of gum. This is what we know as the final phase of things, but only the first phase of what I'm going to explain to you in a minute. But overall, this is the final phase of things before the divine is actually going to enter. Why would the divine wait? Because this is how it's playing out, and the divine has told me, Swamji, this is how it's going to lay out. Though we have the human will to change it, according to where Swamiji sits from a few years ago, this is what is going to happen. And these divine beings are never wrong. They would like to see things exponentiate, but here we go. They're directing our attention skyward so we can get used to the idea they're going to be shooting things out of it. This is the final phase, or the first phase of 3. They can no longer influence us from the earth. We've had the Ronins, we had the thises, the that's, the this, the that, the this, the that. We are catching on to the BS. They can no longer influence us from this platform because we can smell it. So now they're going to take it to a level that is new for us, which is skyward. This is where it's all going to play out. The final phase. This is a whole new ball game. The rest of this knuckleheaded dance is going skyward. Project Bluebeam. In 1994, shortly before his murder, investigative journalist Serge Monstate stated that the United Nations, NASA, and other government agencies were planning to fool humanity and a staged tribulation using a fake alien invasion, all in order to bring about a new world order and a one world government. This would begin around the same time a cashless society would emerge. From Canada, CBS Evening News. U.S. intelligence watched the Chinese spy balloon as it lifted off near China's south coast, meaning the U.S. military had been tracking it for nearly a week before it entered into the U.S. airspace. Horseshit. The Chinese spy balloon, that balloon was in my opinion, the Chinese spy balloon was a test by the demons to see how it would react before they chose their next act upon the great stage of Earth. Phase 1 complete. EMP, electromagnetic pulse. We never saw this coming. Are we to believe that a balloon came all across the United States before it was intercepted? Come on, for real? They came from our very own coastlines. China is involved, but the UAPs did not come from China. UAPs meaning unidentified anomalous phenomena. You see, they changed the name from UFO to something a little more flashy, something you yet have not digested. You know how you can tell they are lying? Their mouths are moving. From Canada's Minister of National Defense. The mystery of the flying objects has deepened as a fourth was intercepted Sunday. Carolyn Seolin, with what we know about the objects hovering over North America skies, and where the latest aerial intruder was spotted and shot down, just propagandic crap. Why are all these balloons showing up in daytime? Maybe they are showing up at nighttime, but they're only talking about them about their daytime. Well, Keith, it's because we can't see them at night. You're being lied to. My friend, John D'Souza, special FBI agent, who, hello, Andrea, you got it right this time, who they modeled lots of the X-Files after. I strongly suggest, if you were in this, one moment please. To win this, that you watch the video I just posted, the first 30 minutes. Please forgive the girl, Laura, who's going to constantly, boisterously, boldly interrupt. She's on something. God bless her. She's lovely. For whatever reasons, maybe she needed to let go. and have a drink or whatever it is. But the first 25, 30 minutes, listen. He is in the was retired FBI Special Agent Unit. He's not here to sell you books. Though he has them, listen. It's important. This is that presentation I've been saying for many years is coming. This is the one. Continuing on. My friend John D'Souza, Special FBI Agent X-Files. The link was posted. Watch within the first 30 minutes. You will get a clearer picture of how you can best brace yourself and your tribe that you should be calling near to you, even if they are at a distance. These balloons, here we go, phase 1 complete. And John will tell you of this, and I thought intuitively the same thing. These balloons can be used as an EMP pulse, electromagnetic pulse, to shut down the USA's power grid. Just like in the Matrix with those sentinels that had that EMP pulse, no different. That way, when it does go down, up, off, they can blame the fake alien invasion on the sky grid that they project through Project Bluebeam to keep us afraid, which is one of the attributes they need to wedge themselves deeper into the human psyche consciousness matrix. And the others to continue the idea of separation between white, black, sexual preference, country, continent, sect, creed, code, walk, talk, whatever it is. But later, towards the end, I'm going to bring a link to you that if you are serious, you will watch of this man from South Louisiana. His name is Clay Higgins. He's a Republican. He's a cowboy. Hear me when I say, whether you are Democrat, liberal, whatever your affiliation is, he is for you. He is not against you saying, you Democrats, you should, or you liberal. He's not about any of that. He wants you to be the best you can be in any area of your life and will die for you to be that person and do such a thing. I strongly suggest you listen to this man who is on the inside to change this nonsense. Maybe it takes a cowboy, someone with some piss and vinegar in their holster. They want to shut down the United States power grid. Maybe that's the 3 days of darkness spoke about in Scripture. That way they can say it's aliens. The agenda is to separate people and make people afraid. With these two components, these two variables, they can be successful, but we will not let it happen. Why is it getting so stupid? Because they from Earth, their plan is not working. So they have to go to dramatic extremes, hoping that we begin twerking to their beat. The reason it's becoming chaotic is because they are losing grip, and they have to do some pretty outlandish things to try to keep us in the game. The system is collapsing. I'm going to take a break. This is very emotional for me because being integrated for myself, hopefully you are as well. This thing that I feel for me, notes from soul to bones, I was born to be here to do, experience, witness, process. We're all in process. We're all given units of light, quotient. We're all also given units of dark to process, refine. Well, here we find ourselves. It's very emotional for me because since I started this walk presentation many years ago, it's led for me sitting in this chair to this moment. But don't worry, something else is here. That something else is God manifested as all that is powerful, and it looks just like this. This is your refuge. This is your solace. This is your awakening. Swamiji, yes. Jesus, yes. Buddha, Krishna, whatever that is beautiful beyond anything, yes. That is just a representation of what can be triggered in you to keep yourself well in this time of absolute redonkulous unconscious nonsense. Just to know you're there. It feels good to know you were here. I'm here for you.
Remember that all things are possible. You must choose to be accountable, responsible, enough to believe, and open your heart to receive.
Above and look at your life, and you see the life you live. Can you be surprised that it all turned out this way and not the way you planned? It's about what you know and what you understand. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Learn to follow that inner voice inside. That's the one that's telling you not to run and hide. See what your life could be when you visualize. It's about what you choose that you'll realize. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Now it's time for you to plan out your life. Seeing what you do by your own design. It's all up to you to make it what you can. It's of your own free will. What don't you understand? Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice.
Welcome back to Center of Light Foundation. Dear Lord, you are the tribe, you are the nation. We are all in this together. Whether or not this goes down in a beautiful way, it's going to be beautiful, but it's going to require all of us to be strong forever long. The storm is here. Plant yourself. Grant yourself the grace that you deserve. Carolyn, I'm not sure what that word apogee means. Yeah, I do know what it is, but my mind's somewhere else. It means, yes, Mary, it means peak or some point of climax. Tonight we're speaking about Blue Beam, fake alien invasion, for those who are just arriving with us, Project Blue Beam. The knuckleheads are taking this very large projecting apparatus in the sky and creating this fake movie on the backdrop to make us afraid, so they can continue to wedge their consciousness into the free will of humanity, so we don't achieve heaven on earth. They don't care about reaching higher plateaus. All they want is the earthly throne. That's all they want. Moving forward. The system is collapsing. Swamiji, those who frequent Center of Light, know of Swamiji. So for those who don't, who is Swamiji? Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta. That means, I see you as the highest incarnation of divinity, as the Supreme Lord on earth today. Inside of this frame of a human being is Buddha, Krishna, your grandmother, Jesus, Yeshua. The absolute goodness that can happen between now and infinity lives inside of this incarnation of God that is on the earth right here and right now. Swamiji says, in an interview I had with him a few years ago, for many years, I'm reading notes, so forgive me. Swamiji has been meeting with dignitaries, heads of states, heads of countries for years, but it is all coming down to now. In 2 years or less, Swamiji will be 80 years old. He foretold that his will be made known to the world, that he will really begin to push for change in a divine way, which he's already doing behind the scenes. But he's going to push in a very powerful way that people's going to know that this being is here doing such a thing. This is all going to play out right in front of our eyes and within our very own hearts. We are fortunate, whoever we are, that saw that picture and hearing this voice, speaking about that voice. This has nothing to do with me. We are fortunate because we are now in his magnetic field. And being in such a magnetic field, you're protected only to the level that your karma, that he can protect you from, that you must play out. But being in his magnetic field will help buffer that and transmute that and make your transition a lot simpler, a lot easier, a lot more possible and powerful. Swamiji did foretell of this experience in this interview I had with him. He said, very soon, in the near future, I'm going to assume he meant the United States because he was in Memphis, Tennessee when he said this. He said, a nuclear missile is going to be launched this way. But the technology is so good that we're going to launch it back. This is not about doom and gloom, but it's about heads up, become aware, loom and bloom. We can change this. This all ties into tonight's presentation, Project Blue Beam. They all have shake hands in this coin, if you will. Again, watch the video link I put in this room with the interview of John D'Souza, special FBI agent. To put all this together, whether or not you choose to do so, it's up to you. Hello, Philip. Hello, Mary. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, everyone. Melinda. Everyone. Just everyone. Thank you. I love you. Swamiji also foretold about, and if you are interested in listening to this presentation with God on Earth, my blessed graceful time, I will send it to you. Keith, send it to me. I will send it to you. Where he foretold the leaders are hiding in spaceships, and that all the money that they are moving around is going to weapons on the ground and in the sky. He says, no, this should not happen. This will not happen. And who is the force that's going to stop it? His will through people like you and I. For many years, I have had many of these astral excursions since I was a child, where the sky was used as a backdrop for this unfolding drama. In my dreamscape, I would just be looking up and I would see these writings in the sky, these glyphs, these messages, these images. I saw words, I saw deities, I saw glyphs. And they are trying to keep our attention now skyward for the big show, that fake alien invasion. However, a big however. You see, as I said earlier and many times before, aliens are bad people. You don't belong here. Go back to your country kind of thing. Go back to your planet kind of thing. You're an alien. You're an invader. You're foreign. Extraterrestrials are extra. We are terrestrial beings of the earth, and they are extra. They are part of the seed implant of humanity. So there's a big difference in the consciousness of aliens and extraterrestrials. But the fact that the aliens are using extraterrestrial or alien invasion, they're opening up the free will gate so that the extraterrestrials can finally come in, because before then they could have not, because they cannot invade our free will. But this sort of opens the gate. So in this ploy in the sky, if this goes down, and I do hope I am wrong, it's going to give the higher level extraterrestrials the okay sign, if you will, the go sign, to come in and mix and mingle among the nonsense and the fakery, where they can do greater good by their being so close in proximity. Most important, like with this Chinese balloon, all of this, you, my cosmic sibling who I love so much. Why? Because I love myself. I've learned how to do that. In all of my nonsense and folly, I finally found my jolly. I now want to share with you a link. Hello, Linda. I love you too, Melinda. And hello, Linda. I love you too. This is of the Cowboy Republican. And if you Democrat, liberal, whatever it is, don't go into it with that. Just watch this beautiful, powerful, God finger moved man who will take a bullet for you. No joke. They call him the greatest cowboy police officer, who is now in Congress or House of Representatives, Congress. He doesn't care what you are, how you are. You come as you are, and he's on your side automatically. And I truly believe this man, there's nothing to say. If you want to understand the finality of this presentation today, watch these two video links till you get the gist of it. The first 30 minutes of the first video I posted earlier, but the 20-minute video I just posted on Clay Higgins. This man is no joke. He is going in there with holy water and he's removing demons, no matter what they look like, where they come from, what affiliation they walk, what denomination they talk. This man is going there with a rod of fire. You will understand that. when you watch that video I just posted. Clay Higgins. Mission statement. All of our mission statements should be sounding something like this right here. Again, before I close, just knows that all those presentations I've been doing for a very, very long time, when I would just say, along with the beautiful that's coming, is something so horrible. Because it requires that horrible knock on our head, kick in our pants, chop to the throat, punch in the heart, blow to the solar plexus to where we cough and gag and collect ourselves. Well, we've all just been attacked. It's not about how you react. It's about how you respond. This is what our mission statement should be. As an example. Center of Light Foundation mission statement mantra. I am a soul of divine light here on this planet to use my God-given abilities and talents for peace and unity as an anchor for the prophecy of heaven on earth. I am that which is and will always be. My intent is to be conscious every moment, placing my feet on the path toward the kingdom of my divine birth. It is my birthright of which I now claim. Where I am from, where I am from, there is no blame, shame, nor game, as I am the soul, SOLESOUL, provider of my infinite experience. No person, place, thing, or event can infect me, because in my essence, I am invincible. My will is to forever move forward, inward, upward, and toward the great central sun, SUNSON, daughter. I am that sun, daughter. And because I give warmth and light to everything, I can never die. I am eternal. My divine principal parent is calling me homeward, and I must go. As I have patiently and powerfully taken steps for eons, I now find myself standing at the garden gate. With every breath, I cross the threshold and into the kingdom of forever. At last, I am at peace. For I am a child of the infinite light of God, and so it is. Amen. So what this really is all about. It's about you. You are the point. There is no other point. That is the point. It's about your coming together and gathering your loved ones to merge with the absolute. Like it or not, the absolute is not only always present, it's weighing on you a little bit so that we can lighten up. And heads up, we are all being manipulated, deceived, and lied to. Of course, you say, well, I always knew that, Keith. We are all being manipulated, deceived, and lied to levels of understanding that we yet have any understanding to describe nor grasp. And there's a snake, there is an asp, and it wants to bite you and constrict you from flowing and growing into absolute knowing that what is going to appear into the sky is an absolute, deceiving, manipulative lie. The ones who are here to help will stick around. The ones who are not, evil will always devour itself. Get out of the fight. There is nothing else. Stop fighting the world. Stop being upset about trans people. Stop being upset about someone who's a different affiliation of your party. It's just, that's nothing. It goes nowhere, and you become part of the mainstream media sheeple. People. Here's the church, here's the steeple, open up, and it goes nowhere. You're fighting with your brethren and your sister. As Ronald Reagan said, what happens when an alien nation shows up? All lines of division will drop because this becomes about survival. This is not doom and gloom survival. This is about bloom and loom, heads up. It requires all of us to pay attention to that big dog hiding behind that tree, gnarling and wanting to bite you when you're not aware of it. Don't be afraid or scared of it. Stand up. Push has come to shove it. And we have to lovingly push back, to be exact. It's all skyward now. They can no longer influence us on the ground. We understand the drama. I don't believe you. You're lying to me. You've been lying to me since before Ronage, and now that Ronage post, we see you the most now. So now it's going skyward. You can bet Swamji has said no. You will not bring this impurity into space. You will not. But they're going to try. It's going to be contained to Earth. Quarantined. Hello, Ronage. Toilet paper, eggs, and balloons. Don't be a buffoon and don't be a maroon. Look around. See what's going down. See what's going up. Find yourself grounded on the ground. You need me, I'm here. I know how to find you if I need you. I know where you are. You are the rock star. The month of March, when flowers grow, when nature begins to bloom and loom. Mind you, so do weeds. The month of March, marching forward towards a something. It's when the Ronage started. It's when many things happen in the month of March in many astrological alignments. Speaking of alignment, get into it. Get into yourself. Get into me. I'll get into you. Get into we. Bring those you love near. An electric magnetic pulse. We never thought such a thing could happen. Well, I hope I'm wrong. I love you.